Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all good and great and wonderful, and I hope you can understand me today. If you're not aware, last week, the last 4 episodes of last week were pre-recorded, and that was because I was at GenCon 2021 in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the 27th year since I first attended GenCon. Long time, right? And it's also the first big event like that since this started, since we all got trapped at home. I'm not going to have a voice for a couple days. That's just par for the course when this sort of thing happens. And also this year was a little extra just because talking through that mask, I was constantly elevating my voice and my vocal cords weren't used to it. But that's not the point. The point is I did it. And I just wanted to let you know what I thought about the event itself. And we can talk about details later this week. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, that sort of thing, and we can talk about details. But I really felt overall very, very safe in Indianapolis. I think that GenCon did everything they possibly could to make everybody feel safe and comfortable. I think that they were heavily enforcing mask rules, and we're not taking any crap from anybody about it. And that was cool. And I felt like for the most part, the people there were very courteous and gave lots of space to people who, just in general, like the crowds were thin, and you weren't elbow to elbow constantly. As far as downtown Indiana goes, I saw nobody wearing masks in any of the restaurants or anything like that, except for people wearing badges, right? Everybody who had a GenCon badge on wore their masks, and nobody else did, and that felt really nice. It felt like we were doing something positive. GenCon had all the water fountains shut off, so you couldn't use those, but they had installed a bunch of foot pedal activated units in the outside halls, so that was nice. You weren't touching all of that stuff. The bathrooms were super clean. One of the things I noticed that I talked about on the Portal Games channel was that unlike any other time I've been to a bathroom, I saw 0 people leaving the bathroom without washing their hands. That might be surprising to you, to the females, but a lot of the time, men who pee and they just walk out. They don't wash hands. I saw everybody wash. I saw 0 people walk out. That was pretty cool. Don't think I didn't. That was one of those unexpected things. But it went great. I had a really great show. I think that the whole team that had fun. We made lots of connections and reconnected with old friends. The weird part for me, being that I've done this for so many years, is, there was a whole bunch of booths missing, right? There's a whole bunch of friends' booths missing. But the more kind of, the part that made it feel weirder was when my friend's booth was there, but my friend wasn't working. It was somebody else, right? Because my friend wasn't comfortable or whatever. And so it was really strange wandering around the hall like, hey, is whatever here? No, they didn't come this year. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll see them next year. But overall, I think that in a world where there's constant deliberation over whether we should move on with life or not, I think that this event was handled in a very productive manner. It was handled in a very sane manner. And I feel like it's the beginning of maybe trying to just be us again, right? In whatever new capacity that is. And maybe that is just that we have reduced attendance to things like this for many years to come. Or maybe that is that masks become a pretty normal thing to see. I'm okay with all of that, right? But so I'll tell you, even in doing setup. So setup at GenCon is always a nightmare because I'm going to sneeze. Allergies did kill me the whole show. Setup is always a nightmare because they don't turn the AC on. They don't turn the AC on until the morning of the show because it costs something ridiculous, like thousands and thousands of dollars per hour. So they don't turn the AC on during setup. And it was really humid. And so we're all like laying flooring, putting shelving up, unboxing games, and just everything was itching so bad from that mask. But even setup, I didn't see anybody taking their masks off. Nobody. I mean, it was remarkable, right? We all suffered through it together, like we were, war buddies or something, and we were all doing what had to be done. That felt great. So it really felt good. Having a conversation with a friend, he we talked about what the numbers are going to look like after this event. After 35,000 people got together in one small area, what are those numbers going to look like? They're going to be high, right? They're going to be there was one confirmed case at Dice Tower Con of 300 people. Dice Tower Retreat. Scaled it up by 1,000%. Right? Is there going to be 500 people come out of this with the virus? Probably. His remark was, somebody will die. You might be right. That might be the case. But I think that as adults who are willing and able to measure the risks and make a determination on whether or not they feel it's safe, that's fine. And I'm not going to judge people who made that decision, right? Even if they weren't vaccinated, even if people who were not vaccinated made the decision, that's their decision to make, right? This is obviously a risk, and you're either willing to take it or you aren't. I weighed and measured my risk. I've already had the virus. I've been vaccinated. I felt okay with it. I felt like this is okay. I have no direct contact with family that is, at risk. I felt okay with it. Anyway, I didn't want to derail the conversation like that. It was a great show. And if you have any questions or comments or you want to hear more, put it down below. At some point this week, we'll probably talk about all the games I brought home, and we can talk about games that I played or whatever. Just tell me what you want to hear. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is honorific. It is an adjective meaning a tribute or reward given in an effort to honor someone as a sign of deep respect. Lifetime Achievement Awards aren't for any single work, but an honorific for long service and a track record of excellence. Honorific. Honorific. I don't really know that I have anything to go along with that. I feel like that's a good word, and we should use it more. Do I get an honorific for this show for 1,400 episodes?